Alright, so how many kettles do normal humans have? Right now I got 3. So you can see the difference in displays. This one has the clock on when it's off. Yeah, so it's supposed to be glass. I don't know. Feels like plastic, but don't want to, put something hard on there and risk it. But yeah, so this is the EKG Studio Pro. The Pro, or the Studio, I think, is the glass top, and the Pro just means it has the fancier display where it has, and also smart settings, so you can schedule it, which I don't know. It's not like an espresso machine where it needs to heat up ahead of time, but I guess it does take like 4 minutes to reach a boil probably. I haven't tested it, but I assume it's going to be the same speed as these, which aren't like the fastest kettles, because like I have a regular dumb kettle, like these are smart kettles. Ones that just go full power to boil are usually faster, and they're more power. So I think these are like, this one says 1,000 to 1,200 watts. This one just says 1,200 watts. I don't know, maybe it's more power efficient, or maybe they're just updated this so it's more accurate. But yeah, some larger kettles are like 1,600 watts. So that's the biggest, the highest amount before it will blow a fuse in North America, at least, or at least on most people's regular power here. So yeah, different features. There's something called guide mode, which is kind of neat, but I'm probably not going to use it. So guide mode kind of just changes it. So yeah, it has like a few preset options, like white tea, AeroPress, French press, pour over, and basically boiling. I think it limits. So there's an altitude setting, which yeah, it's pretty cool, but I don't know if it really does much. It just limits your maximum temperature, because at higher altitudes the boiling point is lower. But like, if you live at a higher altitude, you probably know that, and you're not going to set your kettle to 100 Celsius or 212 Fahrenheit, because you know your water is going to boil at like 209 Fahrenheit. But I wonder how much of a difference that makes. Like, yeah, I'm guessing that doesn't make a difference with, like, if you're making coffee at 200 Fahrenheit. Yeah. Anyway, cool features. Pre-boil is basically, it gets it, I believe it goes right up to a boil at first, and then it drops down to its the temperature that you want to hold it at and actually use it at. So I think that's good if you're like using water that you need to boil, or for like doing something like this where you're preheating your ceramic V60. Yeah, I noticed there's some slight differences. One thing that's definitely an improvement that I like. Let's turn this off. So we go out of the menu. There's an extra button, so that's one difference that this one does not have. And in Celsius, this jumps in 0.5 increments, so I could do like 95.5 Celsius or 96 Celsius. So one difference that I noticed, which is useful, you can kind of see it there. Yeah, it's a little dark, but the water level line, the max water level, is on the right side, the front side. So opposite of the spout, on the side where the spout is, opposite of the handle. On this one, I always have to like turn it around, and like it's always hidden. It's on this side. So yeah, I think it's the same level. But yeah, it's like, it feels like it's always on the wrong side this way. yeah, it's much more visible because like you're always holding it like this. So when you put it down, it's going to be facing you like that. And then now you can see the max water level. Much better. So I don't know if they're going to change it on these. Maybe it's an older design, but the Kettle base is actually different. Unfortunately, I was hoping they'd be interchangeable so I could use either Kettle on either base, but it seems like the Pro Studio version has a different Kettle. So the other difference, which I like, on the old ones, on the regular ones, it's just metal friction fit for the lid. So you can kind of adjust how tight it stays on, which is nice, I guess. This one, I don't think you can adjust how tight it stays on, but it stays on, it's pretty good. But yeah, it's got a silicone. I need 2 hands to get it off though. This I can, yeah, this also easier with 2 hands for sure. This will wiggle out eventually, there you go. But yeah, so this has a silicone gasket, which is nice. Yeah, and 1 hole instead of 3 little ones, which makes more sense. Yeah, that is the difference. Also, there are 3 rubber pads on the bottom because this is just plain glass. So that kind of adds a padding. But the cool thing is it also keeps it nice and stable and grippy on other surfaces. So when you have it on your table, it has a little bit more of a grip and it's a little padded versus cheap feeling plastic. So on the regular one, you have this being rubber, which is nice. It's a nice touch, and it also has a drain hole. So if you spill some water, it's not going to go into the electronics, it goes underneath. Yeah, so when you put it down on this, it has like a little bit of a padding, but when you put it down on this, it's just hard plastic. There's no rubber bumpers on this. And for this one, I did notice there's a hole on the other side. So like, is there a drain hole? Maybe there's like a little hole on the side there, or maybe in this gasket, in that gap there, maybe that's meant for water to drain down. I don't know, but hopefully there is a drain hole built in. I saw there's a hole in the bottom. I just don't know where that goes, and I don't want to test it because, yeah, don't want to purposely drown my my kettle, my electronics. Yeah, what else? Otherwise, they're similar. Yeah, there's a different game that's hidden in both of these. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna turn off quick mode. You can change the chime, the sound level. I think you can turn it off. Yep. So if you want it totally silent, let's see what the loudest sounds like. It's not that loud. So I think I had it at 6. It sounds about the same. I don't know. Can't tell the difference. Oh yeah, so there's... Oh, one good thing that I actually did use. Oh, the thing... The clock, as soon as you unplug it, it loses the setting. It seemed to remember my temperature and my last temperature setting. It seemed to remember my elevation level, but for some reason the clock just resets as soon as you unplug it. No memory. Calibration, I don't know what it does or how it does it, but I think it actually did work, because when I was first testing the temperature, it seemed to be good. Actually, I think it was like a few Fahrenheit lower than it should. And when it was holding the temperature, it would drop, and then it wouldn't preheat until it dropped a bunch, and then it would reheat and go back up. So the temperature hold accuracy wasn't that great. And then I did a calibration, and last couple times I've tested it, it's been spot on. So maybe within a Fahrenheit. So I'd set it to 205, and my thermometer read like 205.5. And who knows if the thermometer is 100% accurate, but yeah, close enough. Yeah, within 1 degree Fahrenheit, that's pretty good. Yeah, so I like it. I think it pours the same as the other guys, so not much difference there. I haven't tested like flow rate. I should retest these ones and see if they're accurate. There's no recalibration on those though, but like, yeah, I'm curious, like if I was doing 205 on this, is that going to be too hot? Because now I'm actually getting 205 on that. So, but my coffees I made today were pretty good, and I used 204. Yeah, so I like it. It's just, I don't think I'm gonna use most of the extra fancy features, but yeah, the calibration's nice. Hope that turn on before you can go into the menu. The fact that it has firmware updates is kind of neat. If there's any issues with it, it can you could fix itself. Pre-boil, maybe I'll use that one day. I don't know. But yeah, guide mode, not that useful. I think this thing has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi for updates, which I don't know, it seems ridiculous, but yeah, but there's no, like I tried using an app to see if it like communicates, if there's any control via app, and yeah, it doesn't seem like that's the case. So it's basically just wireless functionalities for updates. What was it? The Brewmaster app, I think it has like an option. It says like it's searching for kettles or water heater devices, or some kind of temperature sensors. I don't know, but I was hoping it would find the kettle and then relay the temperature, and then I can like make logs of my pour overs and be like, all right, this one I brewed at 204 and it turned out this way. This one I brewed at 201 and turned out that way. You know, then you don't have to, one less thing to note down, but whatever. I'll just, yeah, I'll probably just keep the wireless functionality off because we got enough wireless signals flowing through our lives. I don't know if that's really good for you, but yeah. So good thing is you could turn that off, and it is off. Hopefully it is actually off. Let's see if I can find it on my, yeah, well, I can't do it right now because I'm making the video, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it is actually off. When I set off, it won't show up when I'm searching for Bluetooth devices, but I'll double check that. Yeah. Got wood handle. At first it was a little wobbly. I got it from someone barely used, but just tighten that nut a little bit, that screw, and yeah, now it's solid as this one is. Yeah, so it tells you your temperature, your target temperature, and it has a little neat little bar to tell you how close or far away you are from that. So if I set it to, oh yeah, so if I set it to 211, I can't go to 212 because there's an altitude limit, even though I only set it to like 300 feet. Yeah, and like the other one, you can kind of hear it click on and off. I think this one maintains the temperature better, but I haven't tested the other one in a while. The other difference that I'm missing, the thing I like about this, there's no water in there. I wanted to turn it on to show you. Hold on. So I don't know why did they put such a shitty looking display on these fancy kettles? Probably so that they could sell you this nicer one. So yeah, I kind of don't like that. Like, I mean, it's okay, it does the job. It's pretty basic. I don't know, maybe this one updates faster. Looks like it's getting up to temperature pretty quick, but then maybe it risks overshooting. It seems pretty good based on my testing from before, though. Test again. Oh, so what I wanted to show, what did I want to show? Okay, so the cool thing about this is you get physical switches. So if you want to change from, or if you're not sure what 201 Fahrenheit is in Celsius, like let's say you're following someone's recipe and it says to use 93 or 94 or whatever. Now you know it is 94. So yeah, you can get a quick kind of conversion and switch back and forth easy on this one. On this one, you got to go through the menus, which isn't too hard, but it's just, you know, extra steps. Same thing with turning hold on and off if you don't want it to hold the temperature. It's a physical switch, so it's kind of nice and easy and quick. Just a matter of reaching back there. No physical switches on this, but you do get the extra button for navigating the menus and extra features. So, yep. And I just discovered this lid is actually interchangeable with, like it fits nicely on the other one. So, I don't know, if you can buy the parts separately, you could get this silicone gasket lid if you wanted on your regular kettle. So, just doing some tests with temperature. It seemed to have overshot it this time, so like it went to 204, which isn't too big of a deal. It had it set to 201, but this one seemed to reach the non-Pro Studio version, Stagg EKG. Seemed to reach the temperature a little slower, but it approached more cautiously. So this one's faster, but then it overshot a little, and it's still overshooting a little. Last time I did a calibration, and it seemed to be spot on, but that was not too long ago. Cat wants more food. Yeah, the other thing I forgot to mention, the bases of the EKG Pro Studio versus the regular definitely feels, the Pro one feels a lot more solid and heavy. Seems higher quality, probably because there's more electronics, and also there's supposedly glass top. It does seem, I don't know if it's plastic, but yeah, they claim it's glass. It sounds like plastic, but it's hard to tell. I mean, like if you tap your phone, that's what it sounds like, and phones are supposed to be glass, so. Yeah, maybe it's the same type of glass. It's like the Gorilla Glass that's reinforced so that you don't break it easy. Yeah, so pretty accurate. We got 201, so this is how the other kettle was holding the temperature as well. It was like 201.5 or 202. And then it'll drop down. So my light flickers when I'm using any of these kettles. It seems to flicker less or less often with the Pro version. So I think the PID is set to be faster, but it may not be as picky about getting to the exact right temperature as this one is. It seems to overshoot just a little bit. So if you are using one of these, maybe be aware of that and just give it a minute to kind of come down to temperature. But usually I'm not ready, like I'm having the kettle, the V60 preheat on top of it and not ready to brew right away as soon as it reaches 201 or 205 or whatever. Let's try, yeah, so it's a little overshooting. Let's try setting it to 205 and we'll see how it goes. Give it a minute. Oh, so yeah, when I tested it before, I started timing from I think 130 Fahrenheit to 201 Fahrenheit on both of them, just because that's when I started the timer, and it was like 2 minutes and 40 seconds on this one and 2 minutes 20 seconds on this, so slightly faster but possibly less precise with reaching the temperature. So now I did 205 and it's approaching 203.5. Still says 202 here. We're at 204. That should update soon. The other one did the same thing where it kind of got stuck on a number as it was still approaching. 204.5. I don't know if you could tell the light's flickering, but that's when the heating element is powering on. Come on, 203. Ooh, so we're overshooting a little. Maybe I'll run the calibration again. But yeah, oh wait, I did set it to 205, so we are at 205. My stupid thermometer, I think, is finally dying. Oh, there we go. So this one actually tells you when it's at 205. It makes a noise, which is nice, in case you're not in the same room watching it. So yeah, we got 206, 205.5. That's pretty accurate. That's good. Didn't really overshoot this time. The last time I had it go from like basically cold all the way to 201. But I only started the timer when it hit 130 because that's what I did on this one because I wasn't really ready. Just, yeah. But yeah, I've done from cold to boiling tests, and I think it was like 4 minutes and 30 seconds, something like that. 4 minutes. It's slower than my dumb kettle, which is like a 1.7 liter, twice as big, 1600 watt heating element as opposed to 1200 or 1000. Jeez, Simba never shuts up. I just fed him. I swear, I just fed him a lot of food. So, yeah. Pretty good. I did notice it overshot once, just now, so I don't know. I'd say it's pretty trustworthy, but might be good to double check and test to make sure it's behaving. So yeah, what did it say? Oh, I thought it said 206, but no, my stupid thing is just dying. I think that's 205. I think I need to get a new thermometer. I've had that one for a long time. It's been good, but yeah, I think the LCD is finally dying. So here with the non-pro version, we're approaching 202. I have it set to 205. So you can see how, I don't know if you can tell how fast the lights are flickering. It's more like a heartbeat every second. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, yes, once every second. The other one wasn't doing it quite as frequently, where it's applying a little pulse of heat, and again, it's stuck on 202 when really it's already at 204. Oh, there we go, 203. So we have it set to 205. So it might be a little more precise with actually getting to the temperature. 204, come on, and a half. Nope. Yeah, so whether that's a downside or an improvement, that's up to you to decide. But yeah, it's not going to overshoot. It's being very careful. Or if it does overshoot, it's not by much. So yeah, we're at 205 now. The heating element has, I mean, my lights are still flickering, but I hear the boiling, or the heating seems to have stopped. So I'm not sure what the light pulsing is about. Actually, it's, yeah, I still hear it. So yeah, we're at 204.5, so a little under 205. But I do hear the heating element is awake again. 204, 205. Yeah, pretty accurate. If it's off by 1 Fahrenheit, that's not too big of a deal. But definitely didn't overshoot it this time on the non-pro Studio version. All right, let's try the other one again. Let's double check. All right, so the Pro Studio one says 198. What do we have it set to? 205. We're actually around 200, so it's already over what it thinks it is, but it might just not have updated yet. 98. Is it doing anything? Yeah, the lights are like not flickering. And I don't hear it. But it is heating. Or maybe not. 199. Is it being weird? Yeah, it's dropping. Now the heating element just kicked in. I don't know why it waited so long. Yeah, it was weird. So in this case, this one would be slower because it didn't even start heating until a good amount after I turned it on. Weird. So yeah, if you can, pay attention to the light flickering. You can see it's less frequent, or it stays on longer. So like the heating element is pulsing in larger pulses, so we've hit 206.5. Maybe gonna go to 207. So we overshot a little. Thinks it's at 205. But this thing does have a recalibration, which is, I don't know how it works, but I could try running the recalibration, and that seemed to have got it more accurate last time I tested. But that wasn't very long ago, so you don't want to have to run a recalibration every day to get it accurate, because that doesn't make sense. But yeah, 207. Now it's fallen down, as it should, because it overshot. Yeah, sucks it overshoots a little. I'm going to run the recalibration later. I don't know if there's like specific instructions on like how to do it, but I mean, like, does the water have to be cold to start? Because last time I did the recalibration and it was, the water was already warm in there. So maybe that caused a problem, but it was accurate for a bit, so probably not. So you just hit calibration, and it says to make sure the kettle is at least half filled, which I did, and then it boils water, and I don't know, takes measurements. But it seemed more accurate after I did that, which is interesting. I think I forgot to mention, the Pro Studio one is missing its timer option. So on this one, when you have the kettle off the base, you hit the power button, it just turns back off. This one, once you take the kettle off, you press the, oh wait, maybe you press and hold it. Oh yeah, let's see, press and hold it. Yeah, it has a countdown, and then it starts, the fudge. Oh, so you let go once it starts counting down, and then it starts counting up. Let's see if I can do the same thing on this one. I think I lost that feature, but maybe I was doing it wrong. Oh shit, oh. It does have a timer. Look at that. There's the difference in the displays. Push it, it stops. So yeah, this will tell you the temperature and keep the timing. So I could remove it, do a pour, put it back on, it resumes heating. Yeah, I think the same thing with this one. It does say hold. Don't think I could put this on here. Should I try it? No, it's not fitting. So So you press power, it turns off the timer, press it again, and it will turn off. Cool. All right, good to know. I thought it was missing the timer feature. So I found I didn't notice the difference at first, but the flow rate is actually higher on the EKG Pro. Whoops. Okay. So we got a max 22. It was actually faster before. Maybe because I had the lid on and I could tilt it a little more. So here you could see the top speed was about 22 grams per second. You can still go slow. I'm going to practice going like 5 or 3 milliliters a second, see if that could, if it's less controllable because it has a higher flow rate. So without the lid again, on this one, this is the non-pro. See how they compare. So I'm tilting it as much as I can without pouring it out at the top. We got 17 grams a second, pretty consistent. A little slower. Let's try it with the lids. Same kettle. So with the lid, yeah, tops off about 17. That's as fast as the non-pro will go. This is the pro with the lid on. So we're topping out at 24, 25 milliliters. And I think it's still pretty controllable at low speed. I'm going to try that next. Okay, so this is the pro one again. And I'm going to try 3 milliliters a second. I'm going to stand because that's how I normally do it when I'm doing pour overs. Whoops, too fast. Yeah, so maybe this one's harder. It's harder to go slower than 5 without it breaking up. Yeah, you gotta be very, very gentle to get 3 milliliters a second. Let's try again. So I can get 4. Pretty tricky to keep the steady stream and 3 milliliters, but I could do 4, maybe 5 is easier. So with the non-pro, I think I have better luck with slow flow. All right, so this is the non-pro. I guess it's similar. It's breaking up a little. And yeah, there we're gonna get 3, but it's not exactly, yeah. So 4 is a little nicer flow. Four or 5 is like a good flow. So I think with either of them, I guess it's similar. 4 is working nicely now, until I just spoke. All right, back to the pro one. Going a little fast. That's 5. Hold on, let me. Oh, all right, let's try again. So this is the pro. Yeah, maybe it's a little more difficult to get 4 or 5 milliliters, but to get the hang of it, it's okay. I'm a little shaky right now. Pretty consistent 4 right now. Yeah, I think they're both all right, but yeah, maybe it's a little easier on the non-pro if you're gonna go 3, 4, 5 milliliters a second. But I did notice for the non-pro one, if you're ever doing like oatmeal or tea or something where you want to pour fast, it is annoying that it is so restrictive with the flow rate. So I think a little bit faster flow rate makes this better multi-purpose kettle if you are going to use it for anything else.